episode of Trackmaster Push All Unboxings. Today we had something very special. Got the Thompson Friends Engine Celebration Pack from Amazon. Now this is an Amazon exclusive. It features both engines from both the new motorized and the new metal collection line. So, because this is from Amazon, and it features some exclusive, such as the 80th logo, Fisher Price logo, Thompson Friends logo, and a lot of other stuff. So, without further ado, let's unbox it. Okay, and whoa, ho, ho. So we got a picture of Thomas up here, and we got a nice picture of Gordon, Percy, Thomas, Henry, and James. Now I heard rumors that this was done with AI. I don't think so, because if this was AI, then these CGI promos won't look good. Because this is from a CGI promo, this is from a CGI promo, Thomas is from a CGI promo, and James is from a CGI promo, and Henry too. Wonder why Knapford Station is depicted as gold. You have some all-engine SCO inspired buildings here. So this must be the plane. Oh, look at that! Got some. Okay. Whoa. Wow. I'm holding a new 2025 Thomas in my hands. Whoa. This looks great in person too. And this. So let's get everything out. So that was Thomas. Now let's try Henry. Try Gordon. Okay, I'm gonna have to put the camera down. Okay. Let's see if I can get Percy out. What about James? Okay, Henry. Okay. There we go. Oh, wow. Cool. Now let's try Gordon. Okay. There's Gordon. There's Tender. Okay. Percy. There we go. Now try James. There we go. There's James. And there's James. So I'm gonna take everything out off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the rest of the artwork right inside the box. So now some people say this is AI too, but I don't think this is AI. AI doesn't have a good track record when it comes to trains. Bad jokes aside, look how good the track is. And some people say this is AI because of the way the numbers are designed. But I don't think this is AI because of the track. I think this was actually drawn. A little incomplete in certain areas, such as Henry's cab and tender. So now that we took a look at the artwork inside the box, let's take a look at the engines and that playmat. Okay, so here are the engines that the pack comes with. So let's start with the motorized. I'll get to the metal collection, which is the pushless. So got Thomas now. Now, back then we were exposed to this since 2014. They said this is more. They took inspiration from. Now the proportions are based on the play rail that we've been having for years. Now I've been used to that too. But there are some questionable proportions, such as a long cab, such as a big cab, but that is too short in height. And yeah, and the funnels and dome were a little short. Now I'm not saying play rail was bad, but look at this. Now look at this. Now this is proportionally more accurate. Of course, this did take inspiration from All Engines Go, but look at the proportions. But like I said, look at the proportions. We've got a tall funnel, taller dome, and a taller cab. That's even three-dimensional. Now that's something we haven't had in years. Huh. Because on this, it was just painted on. And same thing with this area. Yeah. And 3D lamp at the back. Awesome. I like those side rods. Okay, so I guess when we saw the All Engines Go motorized engines, I didn't like how they were bigger, especially with the tank engines. But now it's gonna grow on me. Yeah, with these kinds of toys. I love that face on Thomas. Now, I thought this was the CGI face, but there are some questions. But compared to this, I'm not sure what this is. Now, this looks exactly like the CGI Thomas. Ha! And they seem to be around the same size, so I'm not sure what Mattel was thinking when designing this. Now, this is Thomas. I'm not sure if Next up is Gordon. Now, Gordon does seem a little off because of how big he is. And I can understand that. For some reason, they shrunk his buffer beam. I guess that's so. I expect it to be a little bit shorter than it should be in the CGI series because they had to go. Because Gordon is bigger than Thomas. But I suppose it should be a little bit. But do you think it could be a little longer? But anyway, look at the side row. Okay, they have the same chassis, but on Gordon they had this to create the illusion that he has his iconic side rods. It's cool. And that is an interesting face. Oh. I think this was originally meant to be the Indignity face, but changed to be to give a little smile. Huh. And like Thomas, Gordon has 3D the cab windows. Unlike this Gordon, which has been painted on. Yes, I did paint the foot plate, but I might as well get the motorized classic pack for a painted running board and buffers. And here's the tender, which has the removable coal. I guess this is so it can go from empty to full. Empty, full. Empty, full. Empty, full. Empty, full. Empty, full. I suppose this little dip is so it's easier to pick up the coal and put it back in. Empty, full. Haha! Got it that time. Oh. So I wish they don't have the buffers on the front of the tender. And this gap should be a little shorter. Maybe have one of these couplings come back so it's a little bit shorter in length. Right. So I guess that's Gordon. And now Percy. Now Percy looks great. He has a nice CGI face, and I like the lamp. And those whistle. Great. And 3D cab window unlike on here. And oh, they even have the front cab windows unlike this Percy. Yeah. And like Thomas, he has 3D back lamp. Yeah. Wish he had unique side rods for the 040 tank engines. Instead we have this thing. Other than that, Percy looks great. I like how the cylinder is a separate piece. So it's green. Like it should be. Okay, now for the push-alongs, or metal collection. First up is Henry. So Henry has been questionable. Henry is supposed to be a big engine, but for some reason he's smaller. I guess this is so he can fit in with the other, because of the all engines go engines. Plus he has, I'm not saying we have to accept this, but I think he should have maybe have a taller cab and another wheel arch. Instead he has two wheel arches. He has a nice face. Let's compare him to the original push-along Trackmaster push-along Henry. Yeah. Like how he has painted buffers. I had to paint these on myself. Yeah. And unlike the original Trackmaster push-along, this Henry has an actual tender. The entire tender is one piece apart from the chassis. Consequently, he doesn't have painted buffers or a red buffer beam here, but at least he still has, it's all green on the sides with stripes in the number 3. So that's Henry. And now, James. So, James looks pretty cool from the pictures I've seen. Has a nice face. And look at that bike. It has a painted whistle, unlike, has a 3D whistle, unlike on the original push-along James, which is just painted on. And he has the perfect wheel arrangement. Now, they are gray. I wish they were black, and the side rods, for some reason, are gold. And because, I'll put a picture up here. As you can see, they chose James to give James gold side rods based on those reference pictures. As a result, sometimes James is depicted with gold side rods, such as on that Wii model, this promotional artwork, and even on the nursery rhymes. So I guess there's room inside the cab, and this tender is reused from the All Engines Go James. Oh, it's heavier than I thought. Huh. There's painted buffers. Huh. It's cool. I'll paint them on Henry's tender. So, I know some people don't like how James's tender is reused from the All Engines Go James, but look how good this looks. Besides, they even painted James's lining black, just like how it is in the original series. Unlike the All Engines Go James, where his lining is dark red. So I guess that's it. That's the All Engine. Those are the engines. Now let's take a look at that playmat. Okay, so here's the playmat. Now, my mom doesn't like this because this is cardboard. You can totally see why. Now, got Timothy Sheds here from All Engines Go. There's Sir Tom Haddon's car. Here there's Bremdon Docks with Cranky. There's Vickerstown and a loop for some reason. Got Knapford Station. Got a viaduct. Is that Cannonball Curve? There's the lighthouse, and there's the windmill. I wonder if that's Ruth's workshop because of that barn. And I think that's the animal park. And there's the search and rescue center. So, I like the addition of gold track, but there are some questionable options, such as why does Cannonball Curve just leap into the ocean? And why are some of the switches unfinished? Like, that's not what switches are supposed to look like. So let's take a look on the other side. And here's what the playmat looks like on the other side. Got that same artwork that we saw earlier, and we get some engines. We got Thomas, Percy, James, Diesel, Nia, Gordon, Toby, Emily, Flying Scotsman, Hero, Henry, Ashima, Harold, Duck, Salty, and Edward. I wonder if the rest of these engines will be featured in these ranges too. I really would like to see Duck. So, now that we took a look at the engines, let's see how the engines run on some track. Okay, I got some track, so let's test out the push-along engines. First up is Henry on Trackmaster 2 track. Yes! On Trackmaster Classic track. Yes! And on Tommy. Whoa. Let's try that again. Yes! Okay, now on to James. On Trackmaster 2 track. Yes! On Trackmaster 2 track. Classic track. Yes! And on Tommy. Yes! Okay, so these engines can work on the Tommy, on all 3 tracks. Now for the motorized engines. So I'll just give one of them a battery. Okay, so I gave Thomas some batteries. So does he work on the Trackmaster 2 track? Yes. On Trackmaster Classic track? Yes. And on Tommy? Well, he gets stuck there. Well, yes, he can go, despite the track joiners. Now let's give them to Gordon. Okay, just so you know, when removing Gordon's chassis, just know that his coupling is attached to his back wheels instead of the chassis like on Thomas. And this is where Gordon's tab is held in. Okay, now that Gordon has batteries, does he work on the Trackmaster 2 track? Yes! On Trackmaster Classic track? Yes! And on Tommy? Yes! Now, on to the turn of Percy. Okay, now Percy has some batteries. Let's test them out. On Trackmaster 2 track? Yes. On Trackmaster Classic track? Yes. On Tommy? Yeah! He went through it like a champ. So, now let's set up a layout. Okay, so here's a little layout. We got the water tower from the water tower starter set. Got the bridge here, and it goes back around to the water tower. So let's test Percy out. Okay, he does so well. And goes back around. So, now for Gordon. Now for Gordon. Okay, there he goes. Go down here and back to the water tower. So Gordon works. Now let's test Thomas. Okay, there's Thomas taking on water. Imagine how different this set would have been if this was released back in 2014. So, turn him on. He goes around the bridge and back to the water tower. And yes! He goes around. He works great. So, yes, that's it. And so that's the Engine Celebration Pack from exclusive to Amazon. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and check out my social media, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.